Welcome to the Worship Keys podcast. My name is Carson Bruce. We talk all things music theory, gear, industry, and ministry for your worship keys playing. I'd like to thank Aerospace Audio for being a sponsor of this episode. They create unique, incredible, high-quality atmospheric drone pads to be used for your worship services, productions, songwriting sessions, whatever it may be. They have an analog, physical drone pedal that they call Atmosphere. There's actually a version 3 out. They also have a MIDI in capability, so you can work in tandem with Ableton Live or any other DAW that you have to be able to control everything through that ecosystem. Or if not the physical analog pedal, they also have an iOS app that you can run the pad straight from your iPhone or iPad. It's called AeroPads. Definitely check them out, aerospaceaudio.com. And let's get into today's episode. So excited to have a returning guest and just incredible singer, songwriter, artist, musician extraordinaire, Mr. Clark Beckham. Welcome back to the Worship Keys podcast.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me back. I've been looking forward to this.
I can't believe you're here because literally today when you walked in, we were watching your feature on Pianote.
Yeah.
Which was insane.
Dream come true. I've watched those videos tons of times. And then when I got that email, they're like, hey, do you want to come up to Vancouver and record some stuff? I'm like, are you sure? Like, you want me?
That's insane. If you're watching this video and you haven't watched that one yet, just stop this episode and go watch that because that's incredible, very entertaining. They take different songs that the musician has not heard yet, and you guys produce it and just jump off.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrifying. The shoot was like 6 hours, 7 hours.
Oh, wow.
And the video is like 15 minutes. But it's this song, and like the chorus is in 7/8 and the verses are in 4/4.
That's insane.
And all I hear is the vocal and the drums.
Right.
It was a terrifying experience.
That's insane.
But it ended up going well.
Well, how's life for you lately? I know you're currently on tour. How's that all going?
It's good, man. It's good. The Acoustic Worship Sessions album came out, and the response has been really awesome. And with the label, I've never had a label till recently. And
congratulations.
They've been incredible. Just a dream scenario that I think a lot of labels say music is first over everything. They really mean it. Awesome. Most labels, understandably so, are thinking about the business side of things and what makes the most money, what's the most marketable, and they really believe that if you just make the highest quality music possible and what the artist is really excited about, everything else will follow. They've been incredible. So they're behind the worship album that just came out. And then the next thing is going to be a full album of my originals, which are more singer-songwriter, soul, R&B stuff. It's not in the worship genre of music. And they're down. They're like, great, let's do that. Bro, so it's a dream come true.
That's encouraging. I love your song, Nostalgia.
Thank you.
That's catchy, man.
Thanks, man. That's a really fun one. That was produced by Goodloe, who's my favorite musician on the planet.
Oh, are you serious?
He crushed it, yeah. He's the background vocals that you hear. Dude. If you listen to that song.
Austin's so good. I first saw him live when he was playing for Jason Crabb years ago.
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
5-6 years ago? Could be more
Maybe
than that.
Maybe
more than that.
Maybe more. Now he's with Ben Rector and just killing it.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. But he would jump on guitar and keys. Guitar, keys. He's just
a monster drummer and bass player, too.
But you are as well. You play all the instruments.
I can get by with all the instruments. I would hire him for any instrument.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
But I did see you at the writers round the other night at Chiefs, but it was Buddy's place at the venue of Chiefs in downtown Nashville. And in that writers round, which you absolutely killed it. Y'all did so great.
Thanks.
But one thing you mentioned on stage. And it's the Worship Keys podcast. But y'all are all up there in Nashville style, just three of y'all, and going back and forth sharing songs with your acoustic guitars. And one thing you said, and I have to hold you to it, is what's your opinion on using a keyboard at a writer's round? Is that a yes or a no for you?
For a Nashville writers round, I feel stupid hauling my keyboard up on stage. I feel like you gotta just make it work on guitar. I probably practiced for 3 or 4 hours just trying to take songs that I always play on piano and transfer them to guitar. Because if you get the keyboard, it's like you're on stage or three people on stools, all with acoustic guitars. It's so the Nashville thing.
Yeah.
And if you're the person who has like aesthetically, like on the stool, bar stool, and they have the guitar, and then you're down way lower, and you have this wide keyboard that's taking up too much space. It's probably in their like elbow room. And then if you want to play guitar too, well, where's the keyboard going to go when you're playing guitar? It's a whole thing. And I didn't. And a lot of people, when I said it on stage, I was like, bringing the keyboard is lame. On a writer's round, they like fought back, which was like, kind of nice. I'm like, great. I hope that's not
bring the keyboard
public opinion. I would much rather have a piano. That's my number one instrument over guitar. But yeah, I just when I think about bringing a keyboard, I'm like, I feel like that's lame. It's the stage plot.
It's the aesthetic. Okay. It's the logistics. Okay,
the logistics.
I got you.
The stage. Yeah.
Well, with that same logic, what about an accordion or like a keytar?
Oh gosh. Okay. I mean, now we're thinking of like what instruments can work sonically. Like if you can have a chordal instrument and you're sitting, I think it works.
Yeah.
I've never heard a keytar, like one singer accompanying themselves with a keytar. I think accordion, if you can make it sound good and sing, would be sweet. Would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or ukulele or mandolin, like any of those things. But piano's just too big.
It's too big, too bulky.
And you can't like take your guitar, put it down, pick something else up.
Absolutely.
It's like a different station or
100%. Okay. I had to let you get that out and let you explain yourself a little more right there. So that's cool, man. Well, last time you were here, which by the way, that was episode number 40. If you guys want to check that out, it's actually how to reharmonize worship songs. You guys can check out Clark's story of how he went to American Idol and he was runner up in season 14.
That's right.
In 2015,
That's
right?
Mm-hmm.
So incredible. Clark's voice is absolutely amazing. You're going to hear that on the episode today. If you don't want to hear us talk, just go ahead and skip to the end so you guys can go ahead and hear him sing and check out his music with the links in the description today. But I do want to talk about reharmonization because when I think about reharmonization, bro, I was talking with a few friends in the past year, and whenever we talk about reharmonization within church, your name's been brought up.
Oh, cool.
In conversations. And they're like, oh, hey, have you heard of this guy, Clark Beckham? Have you seen what he's done with this song? Did you see what he did with Build My Life? Did you see what he did with Goodness of God? And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I love it because the last conversation, we talked about the heart of it. And so, again, that was for that episode. And because people do criticize runs in church and the acrobatics and the reharmonization in a congregational sense. But I do want to give you space to talk into that. For one thing, you have a brand new album that's out. Tell us all about this. Tell us about the songs that you chose and the reharms that are all in there.
Yeah, so the acoustic worship album, it's called Acoustic Worship Sessions. And I called it something generic like that. So when I do another one, I can say volume 2.
There you go, okay.
Volume 3. So there's going to be more.
Sweet.
It's cool because the first episode we had, episode 40, we talked about how to reharmonize worship songs.
Yeah.
And then I basically just made an album of doing that.
That's cool.
With Goodness of God, How Great is Our God, Great Are You Lord, and Graves into Gardens. And then with some, it's a live album. So I just did it one take, live in the room, piano, vocal. And then I would just kind of worship after. And so some old school songs like I Could Sing of Your Love Forever would find its way in there. But it's really, the foundation of it is those 4 songs.
So good, man.
And my main goal as far as, because first when I made these, they were just for like my time with him. When it was just like David would like play the harp, play skillfully before the Lord. Like I imagine just him and the harp and God in those moments.
Yeah.
That's where these arrangements came from, is just when I'm playing for him.
Sure.
But as far as what I want them to do out in the world, out when people are listening to them, is I want to show people that God's heart and his ministering spirit and all of the fruits of his spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. I think I said gentleness twice.
He knows his Bible, y'all. He's not just a musician.
Those are all found, all the fruits of the goodness of God is found in all of music and in these cool chords. And for so long, the cool chords and modulations and fancy stuff has been used for look at me moments. And that's why I think most people are against runs and cool chords in church. Not gospel they don't have a problem with it.
That's right. The more, the better.
Like very charismatic Pentecostal churches that are just doing gospel stuff, they don't have a problem with it because it's all behind the heart and they see how it can glorify God. And other churches, it can be a distraction. So I think it's two things. One, it's all about the heart, first and foremost. And what's the goal of the service? If the goal is, in my opinion, the goal of congregational worship is to lead a large group of people in singing truth that will put themselves back in right posture with God.
Yes.
God doesn't need to be reminded how good he is. He's fully aware. I need to be reminded how good he is. And when I sing goodness of God, I'm reminded in my spirit and lies that he's going to leave me. He's going to forsake me. I've got to do this all on my own. He's not looking out for me. Those lies fall apart when we sing, your goodness is running after me.
Come on.
That's what congregational worship is. So in some microcultures of a church, a lot of wild chords defeats the purpose of that goal. People aren't following anymore because it's not their palate musically. If someone is running all over the place vocally for some certain microcultures of churches, that's super distracting. So there is a balance. It's not just my heart is for the Lord and I sing runs and play these chords for him so you guys can just deal with it. That's not it.
Right.
It's my heart is actually for the Lord, and in this position on stage, my heart is for the people. So congregationally on the stage, in my opinion, your heart is to minister to the people first, and that's your calling there. These songs came from when I was by myself in my house and no one was there except me and him.
Right.
That's when these chords came out.
Yes.
Now, when you're listening to these in a non-congregational environment, like your car, I want you to know that God can move and the Spirit can move and pierce the hearts of the most hardened hearts in a really well-placed minor 5 chord. It can destroy people in the best way.
Yes.
In these really beautiful modulations, the way that you sing that would not be appropriate for most congregations in leading them is appropriate in intimate moments when you are letting God's still small voice harmonically change your heart.
Absolutely.
And he's in it, man. Those goosebumps that we feel in music is him.
Absolutely.
You know, we didn't come up with that. We're using we work hard to learn how to play piano well or guitar, whatever the instrument is. But it's his instrument. He invented the 12-note scale that we use. That's his invention. It's kind of like when a tour guide, or let's say, it's like when a hiker hikes to the top of this beautiful mountain and this beautiful view. He worked really hard to get up there, but he's not taking credit for how pretty the view is. He didn't make the view. He didn't make the mountain. He didn't make the trees. He didn't make the river that's in the bottom or whatever. He didn't make the sunrise and the clouds and the way that the sun hits the clouds and turns them pink. He didn't come up with any of that.
Sure.
And so that's how we get to see music and creating music is we get to work hard so that we can climb this mountain. And then once you have this beautiful arrangement of these complex chords that all work toward what the song means and the emotion of the song, never self-seeking, never look at me, but look how we can feel what God is trying to say and what this song is conveying. We're at the top of the mountain, and then we can look around. It's like, wow, this is really beautiful.
I love that. And I love what you said last time, which is a quote of someone else that said of someone else of someone else. I think it was connected with Eddie James of some sort of how, when you're on stage, the best way to make someone hungry is to eat in front of them.
That's right.
Is that the quote?
Yep. Okay. That's what I heard from Joel Barnes.
Joel Barnes.
Who was quoting Eddie
That's
James.
Right. That's right. Oh my gosh. And Joel Barnes is incredible. Love him. He's got a new song coming out soon.
Oh, great.
And I saw a little clip of it, and it's very catchy. So
he's so great.
He's a great human, great artist too, great songwriter, vocalist. But okay, so in this episode, I want to give you an opportunity to show us and demonstrate exactly what you're doing with chord, because hey, a lot of us are keys players, we're MDs, we're arrangers, composers, songwriters, producers listening to this podcast. So we're going to open up the Chordy app for anyone who's asked. I know you guys will ask on YouTube, well, hey, what's that software that you're using? Or we're using the Chordy app to show the notation of what Clark's going to be playing here. And by the way, we recently did release a very simple episode all about the Nashville number system, and just the other week, and it was all about, hey, what is this thing? We've mentioned it all the time, and we have had a few people, Clark, that said, y'all talk about this, but you don't actually explain it. And you're probably right. We're so sorry. We do talk about a lot of stuff. We don't always explain things well, but we do have an episode of what is the Nashville number system. It's a really short and sweet 20, 25-minute episode, and it's the basics of the 1 through 7 made up of the diatonic scale. And every single guest, Clark, sitting in the same seat that you're in right now, I ask them, what's the one thing that you should do as a musician?
Yeah.
And they're like, they say scales, chords, whatever, but it's the Nashville number system.
100%.
And the circle of fifths. So if you need a beginner's spot, start there at, I think it's episode 122, and then music theory tips with Kurt Buell from episode 13. Go back to those. We talk about substitution chords, the 736, 2514, 251s of stuff is just incredible. And Clark, I do want you to take us to the next level today. So
okay,
you don't have to start basic today. You can take us to the next level. But we're going to do 2 segments. And so this first segment this week is going to cover 2 different songs from your recent album. So I think you're going to be doing today Goodness of God and
Great Are You, Lord.
Great Are You, Lord. Okay.
Let's see those 2.
Well, those are great. And, if you walk into a church this Sunday, most likely you might hear one of those songs. So it's very common, but I love Goodness of God. That is one of my favorites, like right now. And I don't know if it's one of those songs that eventually it's going to become cliche because people have done it so much, but it's
close. Like it's been so popular for so long now, but I don't care. Like,
yeah, you don't care.
So good.
Yeah. Okay. One thing before I just turn you loose to the keyboard. Okay. Tell us your encouragement to that individual who maybe they also have an incredible voice like you do, and they just have so much creativity flowing in them, but they can't actually fully express that in the church world. You know that because we have to stay simple sometimes, unless you're in the gospel world. A lot of times we have to stay simple. So what would you say to that person that needs an outlet? Obviously, you're a signed artist now. You know what I'm saying? You have an outlet to go record this worship cover album, but maybe to the 15, 16, 17-year-old who has this desire to express themselves through music in a way, what's the best way to do that and the best outlet to do that if it's not fully embraced from their church?
Sure. Well, I would say one thing that I hear a lot from people is my church won't let me express my worship to God. And to that, I would say the church doesn't need to let you worship. The church doesn't need to do that.
Preach it.
If we're talking about from the stage, you can do that by yourself.
That's true.
And that's where all these songs came from, is really ministering to the heart of God. Congregational worship is not the only place to worship. It shouldn't be.
Yes.
My goodness. I've had some great moments with God in church, but some of the greatest, most important moments in my life were just me and him. So if you I just want to worship God, I don't have an outlet, he's your outlet. Now there is, once you're there and you're making this music, you might feel this, I feel like this could serve other people too. And you have this urge to let it out in public.
Sure.
That's where social media is such a game changer that other people in decades before us never had access to.
Totally.
So make this stuff just you and him. And then the cool thing about social media is the less production, sometimes the better. Just put up your phone and just sing from your heart.
Totally.
And then don't worry about the views, don't worry about the likes, don't worry about the comments. Those things will come if you keep going. And if it needs to be put in front of a lot of people, God will put it in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
But really, I think the thing I want to really dismantle is this idea that if the church isn't letting me sing or play on stage, then they are keeping me from what God's calling me to do. That's just not, I just so disagree with that. If you're trying to serve the church and they want you to fold chairs, you'll fold chairs. Your goal is to serve the congregation, to serve the people, and to serve the church and submit under them. And if they don't want you to sing, then you shouldn't sing. They don't want you to play. Great. How else can you serve them? They don't need your help. Great. That's why I love going to when I first started going to the Belonging, one of the things that really stood out is they don't need me.
They don't need you.
It's great. Because sometimes churches you'll go to, and as a musician, you'll feel like claws come out and be like, I need you on stage. And the way that I will convince you to come on stage, whether it's with good intentions or bad, is I will frame it where if you don't do this, you are neglecting your calling. And musicians feel that tug. I'm sure you felt that before, where people are like, we need you, we need you, we need you.
Sure.
What I loved about really healthy churches is they don't do that. And even at the Belonging, not to go on this.
Come on.
What I love about the Belonging is I don't know anybody that has served on the worship team that didn't serve on the prayer team or the car park team or like somewhere else for a while.
Yeah.
Like I think I served on the car park team for 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah. And then I served on the prayer team for a year or two. And then they asked if I wanted to lead worship. So I was serving elsewhere for 5 years.
Wow.
But the whole focus of that is I wanted to serve the church.
Yeah.
So however they want to serve me. I don't lead worship there much anymore. I'm more on the organ. And if that's what they want me to do, great. If they want me to lead,
I thought only Bernie touched the organ, man. You're touching the organ up there?
Yeah, I get to try my best at the organ. But my whole point is,
I didn't know you played organ. Oh my gosh.
I try my best. But the whole point is you are there to serve the church if you're volunteering. The church does not, the responsibility of the church is to serve the people under the leadership of the pastors, period.
Yeah.
If it is not their responsibility to give you a platform that you think you should have.
That's good.
No.
That's good, bro. Preach it, man. Preach it. That's so good because people need that encouragement. There's so much negativity around organized religion and church these days and all that, and it comes with it because people are people, and wherever people are, we're going to hurt each other. So I love that encouragement, man. And I love that you're an artist, you're a signed artist, and you haven't neglected your faith. And that is primarily who you are. You've done the American Idol thing. You've been to a lot of secular spaces, and you came out on the other side saying, my faith is real. My faith is strong.
When I'm singing a love song that's written and about the love between like a man and a woman, I feel God in that as much as I feel him in anything, because I give credit to him for all of that beauty.
Yeah.
And while God is, I never felt closer to God than when I was on American Idol, because I was just doing what I felt like he was calling me to do and put me in position to do.
Yeah.
While all that is true, we can never forsake the fellowship of the saints, and we can't throw that away. It's
Absolutely.
very easy to. When you're in that scenario, and you're going to find a lot of people who will nod their heads and say, yeah, that's right, and who will agree with you if you're saying, I don't need to go to church to be a Christian. I don't have to. I don't like church. The organized religion is wrong. And it gives this like, I almost feel like people do it and they like, it's kind of like a highbrow thing, like, I'm not into organized religion because the church gets it so wrong. It's like, no kidding. Like what you said, like we're people and we're going to screw up. But the community that you have with other people, with other iron that can sharpen you as another piece of iron, cannot be neglected. And the times in my life where I felt most distant from God, every single time I look back and see my church attendance, and it's parallel.
Wow.
It's so parallel. Because sometimes when I'm not doing well and maybe I don't feel close to God, the Psalms is littered with David saying, where are you? When I'm in a season of where are you, sometimes I just need to go to church to see someone else's testimony, to see God working in someone else's life. Because the Bible, Revelation says that we are overcomers. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb, what Jesus did, and the word of our testimony, plural. So sometimes it's my testimony. Sometimes it's yours. Sometimes it's that strangers that I don't even know, but in their tears, I can see their history with God.
Come on.
And that's what I need.
Come on.
So I'm a big proponent of church and the imperfect organized religion, of course.
Yes, yeah.
But we don't worship the organized religion. We worship God who's in it.
Amen, Clark. Come on, Clark Beckham, ladies and gentlemen. If you're enjoying this episode on YouTube, let us know in the comments, and also check out Clark on all things socials. Chances are you probably are already following him. If you love music and you love the Lord, you're probably already following his page as of a few years ago. And also, we definitely have some resources in the description. Check it out. Some chord charts, maybe some MIDI information you guys want to check out. So definitely do that. It can help you learn in different keys. If you learn all these songs, like the 2 songs Clark's going to demonstrate today in different keys, I promise you're going to come out a better musician on the other side. So check the resources out in the description or show notes. And Clark, take it away, man.
Let's do it. Okay, so for goodness of God, let's just start with the verse. The chorus I pretty much do straightforward, but the verse is where there's a lot of changes. So I'll start there. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercies never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hands. The moment that I wake up, before I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. All right, so that's what we're gonna mess with. So right from the beginning, I love you, Lord. Just that melody kind of sets the tone for everything that I'm doing. And if I had to describe it, it's this vibe of just like rocking back and forth, smiling and like holding my heart or like hugging myself. It's just this vibe. I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. That's the attitude. That's the posture. And that posture brings me the melody, which informs the chords and the harmony and everything in the arrangement. It's very important that your attitude and posture and love informs all of your creative decisions when it comes to chords and rearranging things. So, I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. So I want those chords to represent that. Oh, your mercy never. That's what gives me that chord. Walk. You've heard that probably before. I think that's in like Little Mermaid or something. That's another influence of mine heavily is Disney. Oh, your mercy never fails me. Next chord is 6. All my days. And a great way to get to 6 is the secondary dominant of 6, which you can just think of that as the 5 of 6. So in the key of E, the 6 is the C sharp minor chord. What's the 5 of C sharp minor? Well, it's where my pinky is right now. So this chord, 5 of that, or the major dominant 7 of that, can get you here. You can also, instead of just playing, you can put the 3rd of that chord, which is this guy, in the bass, which is just a half step down from this 6 you're going to. So that's how it kind of just leads to it in a different way. And that's what I use here. So, oh, your mercy never fails me. Because I'm already at this A flat. So then I go, all my days. Isn't that nice? And then I just follow the 3rd, or I use the melody and follow it with chords that the chord's 3rd is the melody. So I'll show you what I mean. All my days I've been, melody, held in your hand. Those are the melodic notes. So this A, 2, so an F sharp minor, has this A in its 3rd. Held in, that's where E comes in. and then your hand, D major. It feels very cinematic there. So it comes out as, I've been held in your hands. And then I love John Williams. And one thing that he does in the Jurassic Park theme song, he does this a lot, is a flat 7 and then a 5 sus. Right, you've heard that? That's the same progression, so I just heard that. I've been held in your hands from the moment that I wake up. And then we go back to that 6. Well, I just want to keep moving. So instead of just 5, 5, 6, I'm going to do that same chord we did before. All my days. Like that. I'm just going to put it here, 2. So it goes, I've been held in your hands from the moment that, like that, 5 sus to that chord. Moment that I wake up. And then this chord, which I found by accident. I've never used this chord before. It's an A minor with a C in the bass in the key of E. So you could call that a minor 4 over flat 6. But I really just, this is the rare time where I hear something in my heart. I don't know what it is. And then just found it with my hands. The next important step is don't just say that. I think a lot of people have pride in that. I don't know what it is. I just kind of heard it. That's cool. So then you found it and then you still didn't decide to find out what it is. And it's not just find out what it is for trivia's sake. It's find out what it is so you can use it again. So now when I have the inclination for this feeling, which is so nice, I know exactly what it is and how to find it in any key in any song. Okay, there's my soapbox on music theory and why it's important to know. Before I lay my head, there's a very Randy Newman walk down here. Head, that major 2 feels so good. And then just walk up to this 4. I will sing of the goodness, 4 over 5 of God. So all together, I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. All my days, I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. And then into the chorus you go. Okay, that's goodness of God. For the next song I want to show you, it's, what did we decide to do? Great Are You, Lord? Great Are You, Lord. For the next song, we're going to do Great Are You, Lord. Now, the whole verse and chorus of Great Are You, Lord, I don't really change much. I just change the order of the chords. So it starts in the key of A, and the original chords are 4, 6, 5, which in the key of A is D, F sharp minor, E. You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness. And those chords work with the melody that's being sung. But I go, you give life, you are love. So I play, you are love. That's the actual melody. But I just play this chord instead, which kind of disagrees with the original melody. So I just change the original melody a little. And I play this crunch, which I really love when I'm playing a 5 chord, this E chord in the key of A. I'll put the major 3 and the 4 together. I'm singing this. The original melody is this. And I'm just going to play them at the same time. You give life, you are love. And then you bring light to the darkness. I have to play, you bring light. This E is so important to that melody. But if you just play an F sharp in the bass, you're still playing what needs to be played in your right hand for the melody to work. Now it's just like super spooky. It's kind of like a F sharp minor 9 is really what I would call it functionally. You can think about it as just the E that's supposed to be there with an F sharp in the bass instead. So it's that you give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope. And that's all I'm doing the whole song. Great are you, Lord, it's your breath. Same chords, just different voicing. In our lungs, so we pour out our praise, it's your breath in our lungs. And all of these runs and stuff are just opened up. I've got more things to do with these different chords, and it's a vibe. The bridge is where it gets really spicy and where I really fall in love with this arrangement. And it goes like this. Instead of all the earth will shout your praise, I just go to a major 7, and then that note you hear, da, I make that the melody. So instead of all the earth, and instead of playing the chord and not changing the melody, all the earth, that's not very nice. I changed the melody with it too. All the earth will shout your praise. And then from there, I just took it where my heart was leading it, which was, all the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. Oh, it's so beautiful. We'll cry, these bones will sing great. And I remember playing this and thinking, where am I going? What's happening? I don't understand any of this, theoretically. But it's like, now is C the one? Are you Lord? It's like, now what key am I in? I don't even know. But I know I want to go back to A, so I play the secondary dominant of A, which we learned about before, the 5 of A, to get me back to the top. And then I'm thinking, all right, well, I kind of want to hit the gas pedal now. And then I just, with the structure of these chords, I'm gonna just sing around them. And eventually I changed the progression. That last chord, instead of a G to an E, which is very heroic sounding, I change it to a D, and the melody kind of moves around that too. So I'll show you. So from the top, it's just these 4 chords, and you absolutely can play them. A major 7. This is just a spread out voicing of F major 7. You can also play it like this. And then C, and G, and E. These are all very, 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 very simple chords, but where they're placed makes it really nasty. And then again, I change it to D, and you'll see where. So let's just go for it. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing great. Are you, Lord? All the earth will shout your praise. And real quick, I want to show you what I'm doing. First, I'm going, all the earth. And then I'm going, all the earth. I'm just walking the melody up the chord. So here's the chord. First, the melody starts here. All the earth. Next time around, all the earth. Next time around, all the earth. And it just keeps marching up the chord itself, okay? Okay, so let's pick up from all the earth, the first inversion, which is another way of saying that, moving up the note of the chord. Starting here. Second time around, I'm here. All the earth will shout your praise. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing great. I'm gonna go D. Are you Lord? Inversion. All the earth will shout your name. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing great. one version. War, all the earth will shout your name. Our hearts will cry. These bones will sing. Great are you, Lord. Whoa. And I just enjoy these chords. And actually, when I play this instrumental, instead of that F major 7, I play the relative minor of that, like this, right here. And then walk up to it. And then I just play that progression again, real soft and sweet, and up the octave. And then end it just like that. So those were the chords. The bridge is what really brings that song out to Great Are You, Lord. I hope you enjoy it. I promise you can play these chords. They sound crazy, but I promise they're simple. So try this out and find God in it. Don't just try this out to show people, to try to be impressive or a look at me chord. God is in these chords, and His majesty and intimacy can be found in all of this. So, hope you enjoyed it.